Keep pounding. The Carolina Panthers are currently deep into OTA sessions, and a major development is shaking up the offensive outlook for 2026. This is an absolutely critical time for the team to integrate new pieces and establish chemistry, but one player's resurgence is capturing all the attention right now. Shout out to Mark from Charlotte for requesting this deep dive into our backfield situation. Is this star running back finally ready to change the identity of our offense, or are we getting ahead of ourselves? Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's break down exactly what is happening. At the center of this developing story is running back Jonathan Brooks, who is currently dominating the narrative throughout the team's OTA sessions. The Panthers entered this offseason with significant questions regarding their rushing attack, especially after the unit struggled for consistency during the entirety of the 2025 campaign. With the offense historically built on a run-first philosophy, the performance of the backfield is paramount to the team's overall success on the field. While Chuba Hubbard remains a key figure in the mix, his inconsistency has left the door wide open for someone else to step up and seize the primary workload. This is where the return of Jonathan Brooks has become the focal point for everyone watching these practices closely. After dealing with two separate torn ACLs in the same knee, one during his collegiate career and another shortly after being activated in 2024, the expectations for his health were naturally tempered. However, the reports coming out of the facility indicate that he is currently looking like an entirely different player than the one who has struggled to stay on the field in the past. He is sporting a new jersey number, and more importantly, he is demonstrating a level of dynamism that has not been seen from him in his professional career thus far. He is moving with newfound agility and speed, looking like a genuine weapon who can contribute both as a traditional runner and as a reliable pass catcher out of the backfield. The organization was banking on his ability to provide a spark, and early signs suggest that his presence could be exactly the boost this offensive unit requires to function effectively in 2026. Marking a pivotal moment for the team's roster construction. The presence of a fully healthy Jonathan Brooks provides a massive tactical advantage for the team compared to the limitations faced throughout the 2025 season. When the rushing attack is firing on all cylinders, it dictates the pace of the game and relieves the pressure on the entire passing game, including the development of the quarterback. Last season, the team often lacked that explosive threat out of the backfield, forcing the offense to settle for basic dump-off options rather than utilizing a dynamic playmaker who can turn short gains into significant yardage. By emerging as a legitimate dual-threat option, Jonathan Brooks offers a versatile skill set that forces opposing defensive coordinators to adjust their schemes significantly. This adds a layer of depth that was previously missing, allowing for more creative play calling that can keep defenses guessing. It is important to note that this is not just about replacing production, it is about elevating the ceiling of the entire offense. If Jonathan Brooks continues to perform at this high level during the upcoming training camp sessions, he could potentially challenge for the RB1 role, which would create a formidable rotation alongside Chuba Hubbard. This competitive dynamic is exactly what the coaching staff wants to see as they evaluate their options for the regular season. For a team that prides itself on being a physical, run-first squad, having multiple viable options who can be featured in both the run and pass games is a major step forward. While we must remain realistic about his transition back to full-speed contact, his performance during these controlled OTA environments has been nothing short of eye-catching. The ability to feature a playmaker who can threaten every level of the field from the backfield is a luxury that this offense has been starving for, and it is finally starting to take shape on the practice field. Why does this matter right now for the team? The answer lies in the immediate impact a functional, high-level rushing attack has on the entire roster's confidence and the quarterback's efficiency. For Bryce Young, having a reliable pass catcher out of the backfield like Jonathan Brooks changes the way the offense functions during critical third down situations. It moves the needle from a team that struggles to sustain drives to one that can consistently pick up yardage and keep the chains moving. This shift in capability is essential for the 2026 season, where every possession in the trenches counts toward winning games. Furthermore, the depth provided by a healthy Brooks and Hubbard allows the team to manage player workloads more effectively, ensuring that both backs stay fresh throughout the grueling 17-week grind. The team's commitment to building a balanced offense depends heavily on the running game serving as the anchor, and without a reliable threat like the one Brooks is currently demonstrating, that foundation is significantly weaker. Right now, the focus is on maintaining his physical progress and ensuring that he can withstand the rigors of real NFL speed once the pads come on in the coming months. If he can maintain this trajectory, the reliance on a single back is reduced. which improves the team's ability to handle injuries and fatigue as the season progresses. This is not just a story about a single player's recovery, it is a story about how the entire offensive identity is shifting toward a more modern, versatile approach. Having a player who can force the defense to account for him as both a runner and a receiver makes every other skill position player better, as it clears up space and prevents defenses from stacking the box. It is a fundamental shift in potential that makes the current OTAs a turning point for the franchise's tactical evolution heading into the late summer. Despite the excitement surrounding his current progress, we have to keep our expectations grounded in the reality of his injury history. Jonathan Brooks has had incredibly limited exposure to the speed and physicality of the NFL, having played a very small number of total snaps over his first 2 professional seasons. While he looks dynamic and dangerous in the current non-contact environment of OTAs, the true test will occur when the intensity ramps up during training camp and the preseason schedule. The team is understandably going to be cautious with their prized toy, likely managing his reps to ensure he remains at peak health for the games that actually count in the standings. We have seen players look impressive in the spring before, but the transition to live game intensity is a different beast entirely. Still, the mere fact that he is out there participating fully is a success story in itself for the organization. The coaching staff is clearly putting him in situations to succeed, giving him looks in both the run and pass games to test his comfort level and explosiveness. This approach is calculated. They are not rushing his development, but they are clearly prioritizing his integration into the system to see exactly what his ceiling looks like. If he can hold up through the summer, his presence as a backup or even a potential starter would be one of the most significant upgrades for this roster in recent memory. It turns a position of concern into a position of strength almost overnight. We are watching a high-stakes experiment where the potential reward for the team is massive, provided that the physical hurdles are truly behind him. The team's patience with his recovery is now beginning to yield tangible results, and it has created a level of optimism that wasn't present at the start of the offseason. As we look ahead to training camp, all eyes will remain glued to the progress of Jonathan Brooks as he continues his transition to full-time action. The front office and the coaching staff are undoubtedly monitoring his workload with extreme care, knowing that his long-term health is the key to unlocking this offense's full potential for the 2026 season. If he continues to look this explosive against tougher competition, we could be looking at a completely revitalized backfield that changes the way we approach every single drive. The journey back from 2 ACL tears is grueling, and his commitment to the process is being rewarded with these early highlights. We are certainly keeping a close watch on how he splits time with Chuba Hubbard once the intensity of the summer really kicks in. It is a fantastic situation to monitor, and it serves as a testament to the grit required to compete at this level. Remember to keep checking back here for all the latest updates as we get closer to the preseason. We want to hear from you. Do you think Jonathan Brooks is ready to take over as the RB1 this year, or should the team stick to a committee approach to keep him healthy? Drop your thoughts in the comments section below, and let's discuss the future of our backfield. Thanks for watching, and keep on supporting the team as we prepare for what promises to be a very exciting year of football ahead for the Carolina Panthers.